Hey, this is Will. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you one really cool Instagram growth hack that can help you to explode your page. And I haven't seen anyone else talking about this, or not really anyone really doing this. I actually kind of came up with it by myself. And I think it's really powerful. And believe me, I have listened to every single Instagram. I watch every single Instagram video out there. I listen to every single podcast, and I never really heard anyone talking about it. But I think it's very powerful. Now let's get straight into it. So one of the main ways to grow any business or any social media network is by collaborating. If you look at some of the biggest YouTube channels, they constantly collaborate because they know that if they collaborate, they are going to tap into all of these different audiences and they're going to grow much faster. However, there really seems to be a lack of collaborations when it comes to Instagram. So you have a lot of these pages on Instagram that are basically curation pages. They create posts from all of the different creators, and a lot of people want to obviously get on these curation pages because they are going to be exposed to this wider audience, and a percentage of that audience is going to follow them back. The problem with this is that most people or most businesses, they don't really do anything to get on these pages, or sometimes they might tag the page, they might leave a comment, or perhaps send a DM asking, but you need to take it to the next step if you want to be featured on these pages. Because these pages, all of these, especially bigger pages, they actually even get paid money to feature different accounts. So what you want to do instead of, well, if you don't want to pay money and you want to be featured, you need to find a different way how to provide value to them. So it's basically a win-win game for both parties, and then they are going to be willing to feature you. So the first way that this can work, if you on your own account, you have a very large audience, and let's say you're dealing with, perhaps you're even dealing with curation account that is a little bit smaller, they don't even maybe have less followers than you, then what you can tell them, hey, instead of asking them to feature or asking for sort of a sponsorship deal, you can tell them, hey, let's collaborate. We both have these audiences. Let's share each other's audience. So I am going to, if you repost my post, I am going to share that repost as a story on my account. So a lot of people, they are going to click on the story, obviously, and then they are going to discover your account. So yes, you're reposting my post and I'm getting the exposure, but also your account is going to basically get all of my audience as well. You can go the next step if you really want to. You can basically do, hey, let's do a post for post. So if basically they repost one of your posts, then you are going to repost one of their posts. That can work really well. Obviously, that's, you need to see whether that fits your account, whether it's personal account or business, whatever it is. So it's a little bit more tricky. I really like the stories because it just makes it very simple. By the way, every single week I give out one of my courses completely for free. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, then put in the same title on YouTube, find the video, smash the thumbs up button, and leave a comment to enter the competition. Also, make sure to check out my main YouTube channel for some very useful content, and my Instagram account for quick and actionable growth hacks. Also, when you're going to do this, you need to make sure that you are doing it the correct way. First of all, the language, you want to tell them that this is a collaboration, and you don't want to basically tell them what you're proposing, but you want to tell them what they are going to get from it. You want to basically you want to be selling it to them. And another thing, when it comes to the actual post as well, Obviously, let's say you have a business, you're selling your products, and you say, hey, post my product and I'm going to feature that as a story. Most likely they're not going to do that because it doesn't really make sense. They're not benefiting as much. Their audience is not going to grow. They are focused about growing their account. So what you need to do is, if you want to do this right, you need to make sure that the content that you are creating is content that is going to help them to grow. You can be like, hey, I am going to make a custom post. So you're not just reposting, because a lot of these pages, the problem and I ran before, back in the day, I ran a bunch of different Instagram accounts that were curation accounts. And the problem with curation accounts is that all of them are reposting exactly same content, and it's hard to compete, because if, let's say, there are 10 accounts in a niche and one of them already posted this post, a lot of the audience, they have already seen this post on one account, so they're not going to go on other account and like the post that they have already seen. So that is a big issue. So you can say, hey, I am going to help you with this problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a unique post for you. So then you are going to stand out from all of these other curation accounts. You're not even going to repost the post directly from my account. You're going to get a unique post for your account. And then obviously in that post, they're going to tag you or whatever. And that post as well, you have to make it really good. Basically, that a post that is either very viral or provides a lot of value, all of that. The better the post is, the easier it is going to be to sell it. And you can even show the post to them, and if they will be like, damn, this is a really good post, I really want this on my account, and no one else has this, then they're definitely going to be a lot more likely to actually collaborate with you. So don't make the post all about yourself, all about your business, but I would say, do you have some sort of call to action? Have a little sneaky call to action, so people are going to come back to your account, your business, and make the purchase or whatever it is. And obviously you can also include other additional benefits. I absolutely, if you're doing, let's say, if you're doing a business, if you're doing this for a personal account, it's not going to work. But if you're doing this for a business account, you can also always say, aside from all of these benefits, we also have affiliate program, we also have referral program, so you can actually make some money from this as well. It's not a paid gig, and this is the nice thing for you because you're not taking any risk. But for them, they're going to get this additional exposure from you sharing it, from you reposting it as a story. They're getting original posts, and then they're also generating some revenue from referrals or affiliates. And I have made other episodes, by the way, about referral marketing and affiliates, so check those out. And by the way, you can definitely do this the other way around, because this is great. This is, I'm not saying that you are tricking these creation accounts to just give you all this exposure for free. It's really good for them as well. So you can actually do the same, depending on what your account is. But if it's a business account, it's obviously very easy. If it's personal account, maybe it's a little bit harder, but you can do it the other way around. You can find these different accounts and be, hey, I am going to repost your content on my account. And if I do that, all I ask from you is to share it as a story. And that is super powerful as well, because once they share it as a story, you get to be exposed to all of their audience. And also, again, you're getting a piece of content that doesn't require you any effort to create any of that content. So that's a huge, huge win. If you want to do something like that, by the way, the easiest way is just go on some of these curation accounts and find some of the accounts that they have featured, and you can contact them. Some of those accounts might be a little bit bigger and it might be a little bit harder to get in touch with them. What you can also do is, if you go to the tagged section, you can see what accounts are tagging that curation account, And usually those people, you know, they want to be exposed to the curation account, and usually a lot of them, they might be a little bit smaller accounts, so they might be more willing to actually collaborate with you, and they're definitely, you know, reading their messages a lot more often and all of that. Honestly, when you think about how much you would pay for some of these shout outs and now getting all of this for free, I think it's definitely worth it. And by the way, all of these things, they're fairly easy to outsource. You know, you can get a cheap virtual assistant to do all the outreaches for you. I will leave some links in the description where you can find virtual assistants for a super cheap price. And also, you know, when it comes to graphics, yes, you might need to create a custom graphic, but at the end of the day, honestly, it's going to be cheaper, and you can use self-plug. I do sell some Instagram templates, so if you want, we'll leave a link, go check it out. But basically, if you take some of these Instagram templates, it really doesn't take much time. You just change up the text, change up the colors, and that is it. And you can create these very easy. You know, you can create these in just a matter of, let's say, depending what the post is, in a matter of from a few minutes to half an hour, and that is it. And you know, you just pay, that's going to cost you a few dollars for your virtual assistant, and that's it, instead of, you know, paying a couple $100 to get your post featured. So I think it's a very unique way, because I haven't seen many people or companies doing this, and there's definitely a lot of benefit, and it's basically a win-win situation for everyone. So I hope you found this little hack useful. Do let me know if I should create more videos like that, because I honestly have a whole list of hundreds of hacks like this for Instagram. If you're watching, or sorry, if you're listening to this as a podcast and you have any questions, again, just take the title, put it in YouTube, find the video, and leave all of your questions in the comments. I will try to answer as many of those as I can. Also check out my Instagram account for quick and actionable growth hacks. If you found this useful, make sure to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, put on those notifications. Stay awesome, and I'll see you soon.